And we're back.
Welcome back to Ancestral Thoughts Simulator 2018.
Yeah, that's right, I suppose this did come out this year. Well, the localized version did.
I kind of dig this music.
Music done by the Melty Blood guy. Who I actually know by his pseudo, like the name he goes by. Nickname, whatever.
Right. You know that jungle gym in the background kind of reminds me of one that they had at one of the parks where I grew up.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those like big round jungle gyms.
I meant the one on the right, but...
Oh. The actual like playground equipment.
Mm-hmm.
There was an elementary school that was like 10 minutes away from my house that had like a huge wooden one for... until I was about like 12, 13. And then we had to play the sad military salute music because they tore it down and replaced it with a bunch of shitty colorful plastic.
Yep. Fucking Christ.
Rest in peace, all the splinters I could have gotten.
Getting splinters on playground equipment was part of the fucking...
It was a rite of passage.
Yes, that.
You learned what you should and shouldn't do. That and me and Nygrid had many a lightsaber fight there. And it worked because there was a shitload of playground equipment to do so on.
I bet.
I'm surprised we didn't break those lightsabers.
Were they the regular old toy lightsabers?
Yeah, those like $20, $25 ones.
Yeah.
The one I had.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not like the actual expensive ones that you wouldn't want to fight with like you have.
Mm-hmm.
Not unless you reinforce the fuck out of that thing.
Well, the ones that are like one solid piece are okay to do it with. It's the ones with the removable blades that you really don't want to go bashing them against other people's with. Anyway, yeah, I miss wooden playground equipment.
God, I'm trying to remember who else had one of those lightsabers. I think Jake did. He had one of the Darth Vader ones. I had the Luke Skywalker one.
I had the Luke Skywalker one, and I had the Darth Maul one.
Because, like, green is a better color than red.
The Darth Maul one sucked, though. It didn't light up, like, all the time. It only flashed when you hit stuff with it.
Well, I mean, it would have to use, like, twice as many batteries, because it has two blades. I feel like my logic is totally sound.
You're probably right.
The toy designers were just like, what if we just took two lightsaber toys and then put them together? Like, or we could just make one whole regular toy. And then the accounting guys were like, fuck off R&D, nobody asked you. If anybody cared about what you thought, you wouldn't have toys to begin with. Not safe for children, you'd say. Hazardous if swallowed, you'd say.
Yeah, we do seem to have turned into a society of pussies.
I mean, to a degree, it's fine. There's just some stuff you can't avoid with safety precautions.
And it's like
Like trampolines.
Yeah, well, we try to put every child in like a plastic, hermetically sealed bubble now. It's ridiculous. Like, kids are supposed to get sick and get hurt and break legs and get splinters and crack their head on the slide.
Meanwhile, all these people who are not watching would be like spoken like people who don't have children. And I never will.
Neither will I.
My bloodline is cursed. It must be stopped.
That's exactly what I said to my wife. Well, not verbatim, but essentially the same thing.
Only without anything cool to go along with it, like the devil gene. I kind of realize I think Byakuya has like some of the most talking of all the arcade modes.
This does seem to be dragging on.
Then again, he actually has somebody to talk to.
True, he's not just muttering to himself the entire time.
They joke about that in PS4 Spider-Man. Are you narrating to yourself? No.
That's pretty great.
But Peter is also like jokingly doing so. It's like, this doesn't sound like a job for Spider-Man, this sounds like a job for Spider Cop. Part man, part spider, all cop. Oh my god, I need a drink. Anyway, this scene is drug on for like 3 minutes now.
Yeah, this is really, really talky. Well, another another pot and kettle moment, I guess.
I mean, I like how Chaos is just like, yeah, Hilda's a bitch, but like, could you stop? She's still technically my boss. I mean, I agree, empathically so, but... It's sort of like that kind of like sibling relationship some people have, where it's like, nobody can talk shit about my sibling except for me.
Ah.
It's like that whole, like, I'm the only one allowed to defeat you thing, except, like, familial.
Mm-hmm.
Like how anytime me and my sister got into a fight and my mom tried to stop us, we would both turn on her, and we would have a temporary team-up. Which I think my mom was probably okay with, as so long as we stopped fighting it, even briefly.
Give you both a common enemy.
And then as soon as she left, we would resume fighting.
I mean, naturally.
I really like how literally everybody in this game talks shit about Hilda.
Now that you mention it, there does seem to be a lot of trash talk.
I mean, otherwise, everybody's relatively cordial to each other. Rude, but cordial.
Yeah, and then the conversation turns to Hilda, and everyone's just like, yeah, what a bitch.
Gosh, she's so dumb. Jesus. Which, in all fairness, she is kind of dumb. Like, Saturday morning cartoon villain kind of dumb.
Kinda, sorta.
Like that kind of villain that's, like, only the villain for the first half of the series. And is ultimately, like, not all that big of a deal in the long run.
Oh, you mean like, Zarkon's lieutenants from, like, the first half of the first season of Voltron.
Where there was a new lieutenant, like, every episode.
Yes.
Or every other episode. Yes, kind of like that.
Villain of the week kind of thing.
I was gonna say, like, Caster in the first half of Unlimited Blade Works, but I'm not gonna talk shit about my waifu. Because, I mean, also she's smart, so... Just overreached, or forgot that she was an anime antagonist, and anime antagonists never win.
Yeah, this is true.
Unless you're Griffith, then you do.
I still don't really know who she is.
Wait, Caster?
Yeah.
She was, I believe, like Jason of the Argonaut's girlfriend, I think.
Okay.
Princess of somewhere.
Princess of somewhere.
Killed her brother, because Jason was like, hey, kill your brother. Feels really bad about it, because also that kind of sort of led to her being considered a traitorous witch for all the rest of history.
I remember some bitterness toward, everything at the end of the series.
And all she wanted was a husbando. Which she kind of sort of got, and then they both died. Except not really, seeing as how everybody is perfectly fine in the sequel.
Sequel?
Hollow Ataraxia, I think it's called. Where there was technically a fourth route in the Holy Grail War. Except it was part of a weird, stable time loop.
Well, time travel shenanigans, therefore it doesn't count.
So by the end of it, everybody is actually still alive. As Kotomine originally killed / beat the shit out of Lancer's original master, and took her command seals. I suppose that's easy when all you have to do is just cut off somebody's hand. But yes, in the more lighthearted sequel, well, I guess technically the second sequel after Hollow Ataraxia, everybody is fine. Even Ilya. Well, everybody except everybody from Fate Zero, really.
Right.
Most of those people are still dead.
I would imagine.
And then Waver grew into a very grumpy adult. Who apparently smokes cigars and wears a sweet coat.
Sounds pretty cool.
I mean, he was at the beginning of Apocrypha, I think. Talking to, what's his name, voiced by Patrick Sates? Shishio.
That was Waver?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Guy with the long hair.
Interesting. I definitely liked Apocrypha more. Like, it was not nearly as bleak and soul-crushing.
I didn't care much for the second half.
I thought it was okay.
I like the first half more.
I can't even think of his name now.
Sieg? Shiro Kotomine?
No, writer.
Achilles?
No, the other one.
Chirin? No, he was Archer. Rider. Fuck, who was Rider in? Shit, I can't remember who the other Rider was.
Dude looks like a lady?
Like, I know who it is, but, like, I can't remember what their name... Oh, right. Astolfo.
Astolfo. Right. I was glad that Astolfo... Astolfo. I can't say that
Asbestos.
name. Yes, asbestos. I was glad that asbestos survived, and evidently became to Apocrypha what Archer was to Unlimited Blade Works. In that he's a servant that just for whatever reason continued to exist forever.
Had to have that platonic bro friendship romance. Seeing as how they're both dudes.
Right.
Definitely 100% both men. I will admit, well played, Apocrypha. I was fooled until I looked up Astolfo. Actually, no, I don't even think I think I looked it up to confirm. Because I was talking to Lyra and she's just like, you realize Astolfo is a guy, right? I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Excuse me?
A guy that really, really likes dressing as a girl and going around with his hair in a braid, wearing skirts and garters, and really just looking a hell of a lot like a woman.
Voiced by a woman, too.
Yeah. Hence my confusion.
With his weird flesh fang.
Right.
I mean, I assumed he was a girl, especially after that whole, like, thing with his master. I'm just like, psycho lesbians, okay, understood. But no, instead it's just psychotic straight people.
Yeah, well, whatever, I'd still hit it.
Some people are into that, I guess. Probably one of those cases where it's like 10 inches long or something. And then Hilda got punked.
Yes, she did. She got punked real hard.
Not by Byakuya, though. He's only interested in punking his sister.
Ho!
Oh, more games to do that, where there's like just two people traveling around, so there's two different versions of room quotes.
Yeah.
And then Byakuya ate her off screen.
Insert belch here.
Like, the way he talks suggests he didn't eat her. Hell, I'm still, like, not even clear if, like, he literally just eats them or if he eats whatever the hell whatever powers them.
Weren't you saying the same thing about, what's his name before?
Makava?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, like, because they don't show anything. Because with the line like that, it suggests, yeah, totally fucking ate her, like, body and all.
They are quite vague about it.
I just gonna assume that it's, like, not metaphorical eating, but I guess I know it's metaphysical. Because, I mean, otherwise they would have to have some valid explanation about why people aren't around in a sequel game. Whenever the fuck French bread gets around to that.
Right.
Probably never. They'll probably just do another fucking expansion for Unibel. I don't even know where they could go with the title from here. Like, the only way they could go is by adding yet another word. See, the original title was Under Night in Birth, and then the first expansion was EXE:late. And then the second sequel, well, the second expansion, was Late Est. With the ST in parentheses. Or no, not parentheses, brackets, sorry. So really, you can't really go any place from the word latest.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be like the most latest or something like that. Under Night in Birth, EXE:'latest ever.
Christ. That is like the most Japanese fucking thing I've ever heard.
Even more so than Melty Blood?
Yes.
Melty Blood Act Cadenza. Cadenza? I don't know what that word is. Tony Danza.
Right. I don't know either.
I think it's musical related.
Probably.
And then Melty Blood Actress again. Followed by the last one they did of Melty Blood Actress again. Current code.
Right.
Like many words long. Six letter titles. 6-word titles. That's like only something you do if there's a subtitle. If you're one of those douchebags who doesn't put numbers after their stuff. Also vaguely implied that he was gonna get his sister con on. But no one said he was just like, show me part of your tits. However,
okay then.
Coincidentally, he's got a cock there for filling in holes. Expanding and filling in holes.
Oh!
Speaking of, I wonder how that mouse got in the house.
I have no idea.
If it was in the basement, like, there's either a hole in the foundation or it came in through the garage and just can't get back out.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Ah, if only I had the, whatever the fuck Gunvolt's power was called again. I think it was just the Zero Strike or Septima or whatever. So I could just walk into the basement and spread that little flash field and kill everything within the radius. And be like, problem solved. Except for the part where there'd be like a smoldering mouse body lying there.
Yeah, it'd probably stink up the whole house.
All these fucking gnats and bugs that get in the house would rue the day they did, though.
Too right. Been having the same problem at work. I nailed a mosquito yesterday and a fly today.
Well, of course, Byakuya says that.
Of course.
Look, bitch, it's not about you. It's the only way I can get hard, okay? It's kind of weird, like, the gnats literally came out of nowhere. They were just there one day. There wasn't, like, a gradual introduction. They were just... a bunch started showing up. Fucking frogs and spiders aren't doing their goddamn jobs.
Yeah.
Much like how the cats in this house don't do their jobs either.
Fucking useless ass cats.
Lying on their resumes.
They need to turn in their cat cards.
But I mean, I suppose like we were almost like this is what the supposedly the third mouse. I don't remember the second one, but of course said it did get out of his room. Which begs the question of how it got in there in the first place, but...
Probably the same way it got in the basement.
The sun is rising on our pasty asses.
They are quite pale now that you mention it. Credit sequence!
Thank you, French bread.
Is it actually called French bread?
That is the name of the developer, yes. A soft circle French bread. Also, next time on Radical Bromance, probably not anime.